From there, I had a Minnesota game where I threw 4 interceptions, 3 returned for touchdowns, and it was only.
I had Minnesota defense up for my fantasy team.
Yeah, you won.
You
won the whole deal, I'm sure. It was the only game Peyton came to, also, so he's not allowed to come to any more football games at Giants Stadium. But we just at the end of the season, we got all our guys healthy. Plaxico Burst was now practicing at the end of the season. He didn't practice all season because of injuries. We got some rookies kind of stepped up and got healthy, and our defense was playing great. So we felt going into the playoffs we had everything going for us. We just had to play. If we played to our ability, we could win out. And I think during the playoffs we were playing better football than any other team, and we felt very confident we could go out there and win.
The Giants fans all know, was it the NFC Championship game where we had some shenanigans with the kicker, Lawrence Tynes?
Yeah.
Are you still friends with him?
I'm friends with him because he missed the first 2, but he made the third one, and it was a freezing cold game in Green Bay. I think negative 24 degrees during the game. It was the coldest I've ever been, but it was an exciting game, kind of one of my favorite games I've played in.
Well, let's get on to the Super Bowl. You're going against an undefeated team, 1 win away from making the ultimate NFL history. What's the mindset, the makeup going in when nobody was really giving you guys a shot?
The interesting thing about the Super Bowl is that the last game of the regular season, we played the Patriots in a game, and both teams were in the playoffs, so it really didn't matter win or lose. They were going for an undefeated regular season, so they were playing all their starters. And the big question around Coach Coughlin was he going to play our starters or was he going to rest us? And he came in Wednesday is kind of when we start our week of practice, and he came in Wednesday morning and said, we're going to play all our players and we're going to play to win. And that kind of set the tone for the week. And we played the Patriots. We played them to the wire, a high-scoring game. And we ended up losing by 3 points. Had a chance to get an onside kick. We didn't get it, and we lose the game. But it gave us a lot of confidence going into the playoffs. I don't know if you've ever seen the movie Miracle about the 1980 Olympic hockey team where the coach arranged some games with the Russians, the U.S. Olympic team with the Russian team before the tournament started, just kind of get them to see what's the best team like. And they got killed in that game, but it kind of let them know how they're going to have to play, what it was going to be like to play them. So I compare it to that. So going into the Super Bowl, we knew we could compete with them. We knew we could run up and down the field with them. We knew the game before we had chances to win, so we were very confident going into that game. And our defense played great, and on offense we had enough big plays to win the game.
You saw a chink in their armor, so to speak, there as far as playing them early on. You can hang with them. So let's get right to it. It's 14-10. Randy Moss just caught a touchdown pass. You got the ball. There's about a minute and change left. 3rd and 5. I don't think a lot of people thought, you could run, you could pass there. How did you not get sacked?
I don't know.
Was it the Crisco? I mean, what did you have on the jersey there? Because they just swept right off you.
It's a funny thing. My linemen are actually taking credit for that play now. They said if they didn't miss their blocks, then you would have got grabbed and rolled right and thrown it to Tyree. So. That's how linemen think. Now they want extra gifts. They want extra dinners for me to take them out because they feel responsible. It's all they're doing is that we won that game. And so, it was funny. I was talking, we talk a lot of football with other coaches, with my brothers and family. And a few weeks before, I'm talking about how on a 2-minute drive at the end of the game, I'd rather be down 4 points than be down 3 points. And, it doesn't seem to make sense. You say if you're down 3, you can kick a field goal and you can win. And I've talked about how if you're down 3, once you kind of get into that scoring range, you get real conservative. You say, hey, let's not make a mistake. We can always kick a field goal instead of saying, hey, let's go for the win. When you're 4 points, you have to go for a touchdown. You have no choice. A field goal doesn't do anything. And so that's the exact situation we were in. You're down 4 points. It's really what you want to be. When there's 2 minutes left in the game, you want the ball in your hands. You want the opportunity to go win the game. And that was kind of our mindset on the sideline, saying, hey, we're going out there. The final score of this game is going to be 17-14. You know, that's the score. You know, let's go do it. And we ran out there, and you know, David Tyree on the play makes the, you know, I get scrambled out. You know, I saw David Tyree down the field. And, you know, if it was the first quarter, I would have made that throw. But at 3rd and 5, fourth quarter, I had to make a play. And, you know, saw him there. You know, thought I'd give him a shot. And David Tyree, he had 5 catches the entire season. That's all he had. He was just kind of a, you know, I hate to say it, but he was a decoy a little bit. You have some football, but he had 5 catches. And during that week of the Super Bowl, Plaxico was hurt from the game before, so he didn't practice all week. So David Tyree practices in his place. And so on the Friday before the Super Bowl, that's kind of our last big practice, David Tyree had the worst practice in NFL history. I've never seen anything like it. I've actually gone back and watched the practice on film to see the exact stats of what he had. And I threw him 9 passes that day. He dropped 7 of them. He could not catch anything. And, you know, I talked to him after the game, or after that practice. I said, hey, you know, don't worry about it. He said, I'm not sweating it at all. I'm not worried about it. I'll be fine. And so for him to come in, he had a touchdown catch that game and then had the catch off the helmet. It's just a great story. Just you know, he's a tremendous player. He's a great special teams player, but makes great plays for us. And I've always called him, he's just a gamer. When you get him in the game, he finds ways to make big plays for you.
Hocus pocus, Houdini wants his move back, because you still made that happen. Do we have a name for the play?
You know, it's been called the you know, the catch or the play or the great escape. I've heard a few things. I don't know what I just call it. You can call it whatever you want. I don't care. It happened. We won the game. That's all that really matters.
Well, so yep, G-Men fans want to clap on that. I heard that. So afterwards, you and Peyton are both Super Bowl champs, Super Bowl MVP. So is there a my ring is bigger than yours war going on between brothers?
No. I mean, mine's better looking than his, but you know, it's again, we support each other in everything we do. We don't compete against each other. We you know, we're just happy for one another, and you know, as long as we keep the Super Bowl trophy in the family, you know, we're fine with that. So that's our goal.
All right. Well, we're going to get to the crowd questions here in a minute, though. But I do have to ask you one more thing. How does this year get any better for Eli Manning? You're Super Bowl MVP, Super Bowl champ, and you got married to your college sweetheart, I believe, right?
Yeah, that's right.
How do you cap this year off and top it?
I don't know. It's been a good start to 2008. Hopefully, keep it going. It's you know, I've just it's been very blessed, very fortunate, and you know, just trying to keep working hard and see if we can have another good year next year.
There's a nice picture. You guys got married Mexico, huh?
Mexico,
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
He's off the market, ladies. Sorry.
Before we take some questions, you know, a lot of people have asked how's my life changed since winning the Super Bowl, and you know, I've said that, you know, lately I've been getting a lot of mail, and I get a lot of letters from some young kids in lower school, kind of writing different letters, and I got one the other day that I actually brought with me just because I thought it was classic. It was kind of the best one I've received to date, and it was from a kid from Santa Claus, Indiana, which I've never heard of Santa Claus. Some of y'all might know where it is a little bit, but and so it reads. I'll kind of skip some parts, but it says, "Dear Mr. Manning, all my friends think your brother Peyton is the best." He goes, "Well, I think you're pretty good too. It only took you 4 years to win the Super Bowl, and it took him 9. You know, he likes to pad his stats with his 2 Pro Bowl receivers, and you just play to win. So in conclusion, I think you're a better quarterback than your brother Peyton." And I thought that was the sweetest letter, you know, I've ever read.